Hello, welcome to another SCL replay. Today we have Feliburn versus Arcanine, or the Franklin. And I am joined today by the Master Chief.
Hello, hello. It's just us two, so let's get into it, I guess.
Yes. So, interesting team from
Okay,
Feli.
If this Palmot is Ice Punch, surely I'm not the one who's seeing like it has like an actually has a good matchup in this game.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah, if it can hit Ment, then...
Yeah, the Feraligatr also looks so threatening. The Lycan on Franklin's side's pretty good. Especially if it's like Psychic Fangs or something to hit Pheasant and Palmod. Yeah, actually the Lycanroc looks... actually, what the hell does Feli even switch into the Lycanroc?
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, because if he catches a Pheasant once, right, then CC is just so incredibly easy to click.
Yeah.
The Gator is very good. I think it's actually literally depending on who like wins with their mons like first, literally.
Yeah, this looks to be an offensive game.
To intimidate the Gator if it is like PD or SD. Yeah, interesting game. Palmod Gator looks threatening, and Lycan and Crook actually also looks really threatening for Feli, honestly. But he doesn't really have a switch into Crook.
Yeah, but both sides just have big threats.
Yeah, this is gonna be, I think, a fast game and an interesting game.
Yeah. So Feli
nice
gets
lead.
the lead advantage.
Yeah, nice lead. I think the lead is super important. Okay, he just straight
Yeah, it's
away
the
went
T
in.
wave.
Okay. Actually, Franklin's team doesn't have removal, does it? No, I don't think
No.
so. So if rocks go up, in a sense, basically, he just has to live with the Thunderous. Okay, Feli went his own Thunder. Interesting.
Probably doesn't want Jirachi to get paralyzed.
Oh, he's T-Volt as well. Okay, not even because Volt didn't kill. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. I mean, I don't think Feli needed his Cyclozar for any, like it kind of is an Empo switch in, but not really either. So I think that's like right now Feli is in a pretty good spot, considering.
Yeah, Thundy goes hard.
Yeah, I wonder if this is nasty plot. Okay. He just went straight Lycan. Does Accelerock even kill? I guess if it's banned.
If it's
sure.
banded, it does, yeah. It just has to be banded, I don't think anything else. Maybe a high roll with Life Orb.
Yeah, it's interesting he just straight up went to it. I guess he actually doesn't have anything to... he probably doesn't want to go Pheasant to get it paralyzed. Otherwise, Pheasant was also another, like, decent-ish switch in. What do you do here? He's thinking about it as well, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't know if he wants to Excel Rock the Thunderous or CC the Jirachi or Fez switch.
Oh, he just went this... his Life Orb, okay. Okay, so if this is SD... that actually makes it a bit harder for Feli to play. It depends if it actually is Psychic Fangs. If it is Psychic Fangs, it goes really, really hard in this game. So it's probably Crunch. So, yeah, okay. Okay, Feli just scouted that, which is cool. I mean, he gets rocks up for free anyway here, which is...
So
he probably needs it to chip the Lycan.
Yeah, with Thunderous dead, it's mainly just for small chip on Lycan. Trade rocks.
Yeah, I wonder if the Palmod is Mark Punch. Because that would also be good at like preventing the Lycan from sweeping.
Yes.
Okay. Is this just standard flip tempo? Just a really slow, bulky pivot, I think.
It might be. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
surf.
Okay. Problem is this Empo like does nothing. Yeah, it's just gonna let you set up combines with Pheasant. At least you could flip it out. Yeah, I don't know actually what does. Okay, he went hard crook. I wonder if Feli roosted. I was thinking
Yeah,
if
he
he
did.
just called it out and moonblasted. Which
Yeah, Moonblast would have been a good play.
I think so, because if Franklin goes his own Pheasant, I mean, his Rachi is still there with Encore or whatever to punish it anyway, so it's not like. But this is a giant threat now.
Yeah, it's Moxie.
I wonder if Feli decides that it's a good play to just simply pop his Terra. Does he particularly need it? I don't know actually. If you want,
should be faster unless it's Scarf. Like, it's like it's
Franklin's. Okay.
Oh
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a Scarf. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. At 8 and indicate. Okay, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's actually really...
Fez does have the death.
Okay. Now the thing is though, it depends. I don't really see how Franklin wins this now. I think that was like a huge threat, and the fact that it's dead now is just because he needs to exactly like Feli kept it. Okay. Or
if you can roost up against Empoleon, then it's still nice.
Well, its boots are off and Cycle's dead, so it's just a sack right now at the moment.
Yeah, it's 12%.
Yeah. Okay. Do you go into the... You could actually technically go into Gator and just liquid and trade, because does Life Orb, Terra, CC kill the Gator?
I'm not sure on that one.
I think if Franklin had like some sort of healing wish here, this Lycan would be like so much more threatening in the late game if he could pop his Terra and then like healing wish it up.
If that was a Jirachi instead of Empoleon, then.
Yeah, well, he needs the, I think, like the water / ice resist kind of thing. Otherwise, imposing Empoleon just kind of completely. Okay, I think Gator probably lives a band like a Terra Life Orb CC. This is why he went into it. He can just liquid and then, I don't know. The Palmot could be Revival Blessing as well. So he just Accelera. He didn't even CC. Oh wait, he was predicting Aquajet.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything unless the Mence is DD. If the Mence is DD, it could just win if it's like Terra Ground or something like that to block Thundee's D-Wave. Which would be really interesting.
Yeah, if it is Terra Ground and this Gator is Jet, then it could be a problem, but...
Well, I think it depends also on... Okay. I think DD Mence is Franklin's only prayer, because the Pheasant is dead, so Dragon move's a bit more free to click. I mean, okay, he...
Ooh. Yeah, there's the Toxic Chain.
Well, do you just go hard Empo? I think you do, no? You want to keep some of this health. Well, actually, I don't know. Okay, yeah, he does go hard Empo. Good.
Big chunk.
This is just pretty much dead turn.
Yeah, something's dying here, unless you want to risk the Mence, but that's crazy. Yeah, you just sack the Empo.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about risking the Mence, but getting the chip on it, like for example, will mean Thundee T-Bolt also just kills after it, so... Yeah. Okay. Intimidate.
Oh, moment of truth.
Okay, is that bulky? That did like very little, no? It's a Thundee T-Bolt. Oh shit, okay. I don't know if this is enough to win actually.
It's slow. Palmot still outspeeds at this point.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna get full power as well. Okay. Okay. Shit, this is actually now interesting because this kind of wins if it's not unlucky. Damn. This is interesting. This is a really bulky men's.
Yeah.
It's just snacking on those T-Wolves. Like, really adds a lot of speed F as well. I guess Feli isn't Encore on the Rachi because what I think you would have done after the second T-Wave, or like after the T-Wave, is to go hard Rachi and Encore. Assuming you're faster, no? What are its two moves though? If it's dual wing beat EQ, that's also like it needs a lot of boost in order to even like get Thundi in range of a 2-hit KO on dual wing beat.
I think dual wing beat and EQ as 2 is not good.
But do you want Dragon move and EQ then?
No, I think you want, or you need something to hit Terra Steel Wheezing in general.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, if you're DD Roost, right, you can't really run Temper Flare. Oh, you could, but like that doesn't seem that optimal either.
Yeah, it's a like picking 2 moves for Mence is rough.
Yeah, I think you just accept the Wheezing matchup because yeah, you're not going to like beat it. And I think Wheezing is like not a mon Feli would use a lot. Is also the logic.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, this could just be prepped with that in mind.
I think Franklin's trying to determine if he can win without a couple of full paras. I mean, so far he hasn't been paralyzed in like 5 turns.
Yeah, he's been lucky so far.
Yeah, paralysis is such a bullshit thing anyway. I wish it was just like 1 in 8 or 1 in 16. Okay.
Moment of truth.
Well, the problem is going to be several moments of truth now because you know, he needs to roost up, and then also he needs the mod. Okay.
Ah, there's the ground. Okay.
Wait, why did he wait so long for this? I'm a bit confused here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you probably should have. You definitely should have used it earlier.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused because especially after the plus, well, I don't think after the first T-Bolt and he DD'd, I don't think Feli would just randomly Grass Knot after you don't Terra. I don't know. I think if Feli actually did that, that would be such a huge call out, but like I don't think you would do that though. Yeah, this is crazy now because so the Palmot with CC can kill this. He just needs the full para. He needs 1 full para. I don't think Rachi has enough in the tank too. So it needs a full para versus the Palmot, I think. Assuming like the Palmot's life orbs is gonna like do a lot to the Mence. So it's literally up to this turn. Does he get a full para or does he not?
Yeah. Oh,
he does.
Big.
Oh, it didn't kill?
We could have.
Is this Mach Punch?
Yeah, if it's Mach Punch, then.
If it's not Mach Punch, it's a full. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Damn. Alright. Pheasant probably can't win versus the Rachi yet.
No, there's Jirachi. It can't Terra.
Oh wow, okay. Double Shock did quite a bit as well anyway. Okay, and it just pretty much, okay.
Sack the Palmot. Jirachi comes in. GG.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that was a cool game. I think Franklin should have Terra grounded a lot earlier than he did.
Yeah.
I think if he was like after the first DD, I don't think Feli's just gonna go and Grass Knot like that turn. I think I don't know. I don't know why I guess he fell a little bit into his own head in my opinion.
How much does Grass Knot do?
I feel like if T-Bolt is doing like 90, Grass Knot, how heavy is Mence actually? Like what's the base power?
I think Mence would get a full 120.
So let me actually calculate. So Salamon's, if it is Okay, so regular T-Bolt, like bulkless Mince does 51 to 61, so he could be max HP based on the rolls.
Yeah.
And if he is ground, then Grassnot does 64 to 76 actually.
Yeah, so
So it's a
Grassnot
bit
always
too
would have
much.
done more than... Yeah, it might have actually been the right play to not Terror, just to keep the damage of Thunderbolt lower than Grassnot.
Well, yeah, but I think he uh hmm. The thing is that I guess he doesn't know that the Thunder is T-Wave, right? Because when you see T-Bolt, you just automatically expect nasty plot.
Yes.
So I guess from that perspective, yeah, I see what Franklin did as well. I mean, it's a bit of hindsight.
Yeah, it
But
almost worked out for him.
yeah, I think, well, I mean, yeah, he did dodge like a lot of paras, but I think,
Yes.
yeah, that it ultimately that did come down to the Palmot turn. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
fun game.
Cool game, yeah.
So, have you got anything else to say about it?
No, yeah, it's been I think the fun SCL so far. This game was really nice, and hopefully we get to see more cool games in the future.
Yes, I hope so. So, we are signing off for now. We will see you next week.
See ya.
Okay, hello everybody. We're back with another week of SCL RU coverage. Busy weekend SCL last week. A lot of kind of extracurricular stuff happening, but none of that really impacts us here in RU. So we're back at it again with another round of RU gaming. First up, we have game of the week. Is Rob versus Stresh. Definitely some interesting guys from Stresh's side. You see the Feraligatr, you see the Gligar. Two guys you don't really see like a ton. Although Feraligatr has been picking up some popularity, so that's been cool. Meanwhile, from Rob's side, you see the kind of same old type of structures that he likes to bring. You have your Thundurus, your Crook, and Bike, which Suki mentions is actually his fourth team that he's brought with that. But he is 3-2 on the season, so you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it, I guess. Although this week, Stresh definitely kind of took advantage of kind of that. Stresh had a pretty interesting thing with like Gligar and Hazard stacking. It ended up being like Rocks and Polion, Spikes Gligar. The Gligar ended up being Terra Ghost and spin blocking a Rapid Spin from the Bike from Rob, which is pretty cool. That Spike and Rock actually did end up being a pretty big deal throughout the game. As you can see from Stresh's side, you have 5 guys on the ground, and I don't think any of them were boots. The armor is just like Specs. Bike is obviously Bike, it's like EV. Amoonguss is eject button, and I don't remember what the Rachi. Don't remember. I think the Crook was Scarf. Don't remember exactly what the Rachi was, but not boots. So, yeah, got a ton of mileage from Hazards on Stresh's side, and kind of opened the doors for Feraligatr to kind of clean up the game late game. A couple of inexplicable turns from Rob actually. Few things there didn't really make sense, and it's kind of hard for me to point out exactly a turn that was like, oh, this was a game losing, but definitely a few interactions there that could have been, better on his side. But such is life, and there's always next week to bounce back. So yeah, congrats to Stresh for winning the week, improving to 4-1 on the season and leading the pool actually. So very good stuff from Stresh. Moving on, Bihi versus Django. Some interesting stuff from both sides. You see the Kill-Lot, the Klefki, Reuniclus, 3 guys you don't really see a ton, just in RU play. And from Django's side, you see a Yanmega outside of Hyper Offense, which is generally the type of structure you see the bug on. Not to say it can't function in bulky offense. In this game, for example, Yanmega was kind of in position to maybe make a late game push to win the game, but just could not get the job done versus a especially defensive Terra Fairy Reuniclus. Bihi pulled away with the W. Again, kind of interesting, a little bit of hazard stacking from Bihi too, with Lefty Spikes and Hippo with the Stealth Rocks and stuff. I have to imagine Bihi has like a Terra Ghost on this team, like a similar thing that Stresh is going on. If you notice, Stresh also doesn't have like proper spin blocker, kind of relying on Terra to do the spin blocking job. probably a similar thing going on here. Yeah. Moving on, we have we have Stall. That's what we have. Lime versus Abriel, and Abriel brought a, at this point, like 9-month-old, 8-month-old, like HJK Stall or something. I remember this team running around during like RU ladder tour. Like this is old. This is ancient. And it got beat down. It got absolutely blown out by Lime. Namely by this Armor Rouge, which ended up being a weakness policy indoor set. It came in on a knockoff from the Chestnut, and at that point kind of just ravaged a few mons on Abriel's team. Blew up the Chestnut, blew up the Chansey, which for some reason Seismic tossed. Well, not for some reason. It makes sense to Seismic toss into the Armor Rouge, kind of just get it out of there. But this was an indoor Armor Rouge. So with the indoor, the weakness policy boost from the Chestnut, and the extra speed boost from weak armor, Armor Rouge actually did end up having strong enough sword power to get through Chansey, and then also basically kill the entirety of the Muck, who had to get lucky and roll knockoff on Sleep Talk turn. So that was neat, I guess, from Abriel. Prevented them from being swept outright. And yeah, Lime ended up converting after that, though. Thunderous kind of just blew up the rest of the team after the Chansey and the Chestnut were removed, and Muck was, basically killed. And yeah, good stuff from Lime. He improves to 3-2 on the season. Abriel lost like 1-4, I think. And yeah, it's just a very cool. Well, I can't even say very cool because we've seen this indoor weakness policy bring from Lime a few times at this point. But it was interesting to see Abriel kind of default to Stall here and how it got absolutely pieced up by, Lime's team. No, before I forget, notable mention too, Psychic Noise. Flygon also kind of came in at the end and was interesting, preventing, I think it was Quagsire and then Slowbro from potentially slacking off, recovering. So that was neat. Neat stuff. Moving on, we have Illidan versus Fogbound. Illidan brought Sun and got blown out by Terra Dragon Hippowdon. That is really it. That is the story of the game. That is that is the thing that really kind of, decided everything. Illidan brought a Scarf Typhlosion, I think, which was cool. He Terra'd turn 1 and KO'd a Thunderous, which was cool. But yeah, the Scarf Terra Fire Typhlosion is not helping you versus the Terra Dragon Hippowdon, which is, again, your number one issue with this team. So Hippowdon kind of came in, was annoying, sat on some stuff, and yeah, game ended up going to Fogbound. Next up, and finally, we have the feature game for this week. It was Franklin versus Feliburn. There's Palma on my screen, which I couldn't exactly tell you why there's a Palma on my screen, but there is, and it was kind of cool. It managed to kill a Salamence that was going to sweep Feliburn if, it didn't get... Okay, I'm jesting. I'm saying that in jest. Like, this Palmot actually... What this game boiled down to was, would Franklin get paralyzed with Salamence in front of this Palmot? And he did, and he lost the game. Had he not gotten paralyzed, he won the game. It really is that simple. Some interesting stuff from both sides. This was kind of like, I think, a somewhat fat Dragon Dance Salamence. Took the opportunity to set up in front of the Thunderous and then kind of blow through Feliburn's team, with the exception of the Palmot, which did end up killing it on a paralysis turn. And gave Feliburn the kind of win for the week. Yeah, otherwise, it was an interesting game. More Thunderous gaming. There's Lycanroc on Franklin's side, which did some interesting stuff. It Excel rocked a couple times. Yeah, that is that. So, with that being said, that was all 5 games for this week kind of covered, and kind of the standings at this point. I mentioned earlier, Stresh is in a season-leading 4-1 position. Behind him, there are like 4 people at 3-2. I think Rob is at 3-2. Lime is at 3-2. Fogbound and Illidan both at 3-2, and I think Feliburn also at 3-2. There are a couple people at 2-3, which are Franklin and Kihi, and then I think Jenga was 1-1 after kind of subbing in for Kush kind of midway through the season. So at that point, I think the Fox's RU slot is like 1-4 at this point or something like that. And then Abriel is also like 1-4 or something at this point. So yeah, interesting stuff. We can take a quick peep at some of the usage stats. Kind of the same thing we've seen before. Thunder is at number 1, 60%, 50% win rate. Cool. Crocodile, 40%, 25% win rate. Cool. Fez at number 3. This is interesting. Did not expect to see Fez here, but need to see the Toxic Chain Burp getting some representation. Very cool. And yeah, here's some of the week 6 matchups. Keep an eye out on our YouTube next week for another live cover of this and the recap for week 6. But beyond that, I think that is everything I have to say. Thank you for watching the video. If you checked out the live coverage, sat through some of this kind of end of week recap stuff, and we'll keep coming with more content in the following weeks. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and we will catch you later. Peace.